What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Quit Eating Animals show. We are on episode 18, and we are live today. What we're going to be talking about, we're going to be looking at checking out the new setup. I'm going to be showing you the new subscriber counter. If we're going to be taking this seriously, we got to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. We got to know at all times, in real time, how many subscribers there actually are. We're going to take a look at analytics for the first time. I'm going to dive deep into there. I have no idea what I'm going to be looking at, but I just saw a breakdown of all the different cities that people are watching from. A little update right now, as you can see, 194 subscribers. So this happened pretty fast, pretty quick. I'm not sure exactly what to expect, but this thing is jumping. I think last time I gave you an update, I think we were at like 70. We celebrated 100, and then now we're about to planning out as much as we can, going live as much as we can, and putting out content as much as we can. So that's what we're doing. So let's check it out. So this is a little subscriber count. I got a nice story for this. Number one, if you look it up on Amazon, I thought there'd be more of them, but there's just not. It's like $210, I think, with Amazon Prime. I'm like, I'm not going to pay for that. Then I looked on YouTube. There's ways to make it yourself. Not going to try that. I think it looked too complicated. I think you can make it for under 20 bucks. So what I did was I got on eBay, looked for it on eBay. Couldn't really find anything relatively cheap enough. But then looked on Facebook Marketplace. Nothing within local, but then we had something in Illinois, I think, or in Ohio or something. So reached out to him, said, hey, found it. Put an offer in. I said, will you ship it? He said, yeah, no problem. He had PayPal, paid him PayPal. Boom, it came in, set it right up. It hooks up live, and it shows you exactly real time how many subscribers there are. I think it's fantastic. It's a good little motivator to keep me motivated. And as long as people are continuing to watch and continue, if this thing continues to grow each and every day, that's a win. I think that's just more eyes on to the message, more opportunity to have conversations. And so reach out, comment. I'm going to respond to every single one as long as I can. I think until it gets out of control. But if you want to have a conversation, I'm more than happy to do that as well. So feel free to comment. Feel free to DM or message or email. It's going to be support@quiteatinganimals.com. Feel free to message. Feel free to reach out. I'm also looking to do some on live interviews or live back and forth conversations. So I think that's kind of the next step, or I'm looking to have some software to be able to do that. Right now, we just have a phone. I can get it on audio. I cannot get it on video yet. But if you are interested, I know that's going to happen. Feel free to reach out and we'll make that happen. All right. So you can ask me questions. We can go back and forth. If you want to challenge, you want to debate, I think it's all going to be good. So, so check out the new setup here. Got my books, got the little library going here. You can see the monitor, but set the camera back a little bit, and got the old mug. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's get into these analytics. So I just want to say thank you. 194 subscribers. People are listening. People are commenting, and I appreciate it. I appreciate whether or not you as long as you come across this and you're engaging, and it's a realistic question. As long as you can go back and forth, I'm going to make you think about something. I'm going to make you, question, or I'm going to make you, hopefully that you see my response. And then whether or not you stop or not, I mean, we can go back and forth as long as it's bringing you value. And I think that it would bring, if it doesn't bring you value, I think that it would bring other people value. So I'll keep engaging. I'll keep questioning. I'll keep going back and forth, and as long as I can, because I want to get a better understanding of what you're actually on here for, how you're responding. I hope it makes you feel something. I hope it makes you feel question things. I hope it makes you dig deep, search internally, and really think about, what's actually going on. So let's get into the analytics here. So this is fun. So I've never done this before, but check this out. So this is our YouTube page analytics. You can see 83,500 views in the last 28 days, 129 subscribers, got nearly 400 hours of watch time, 83.5 thousand views. And I'm going to go to content. Oh no, before I go to content, I'm going to go to see more. This is where I found all these cities. Check this out. So it said see more, and it has all the view count of all the different each video, and it posted a lot of shorts, very shorts, all the views of what we got here, and how many watch hours are on each one, and how many subscribers we got for each video. And so this right here, this Love Tofu license plate, got 7 subscribers, and I mean, this is pretty cool. Traffic source, what's this? So this is where traffic is coming from. So the shorts feed, got a lot of views from the shorts feed. I'm in YouTube search, so people are searching for some things coming across. Channel pages, browse features, not a lot of hashtags, 85. And this gets down to it. Here's geography. Check this out. So 83% in the US. We got 2% in India, Canada, the UK, Australia, Philippines, Indonesia. Okay, check this out. Cities. Where'd it go? What's going on here? Did we freeze up? All right, I think we froze up here. Let me try to reset this. There we go. We're back up. All right, check this out. So we got people in New York, LA, Dallas, Chicago, Houston, Atlanta, Denver, San Francisco, Phoenix, Philly, Seattle, Las Vegas, Charlotte, Austin, San Diego, Baltimore, Nashville, Miami, Orlando, San Antonio, Sacramento. Man, this goes on and on. Omaha, Dublin. Then we got some Australia, Jacksonville. So we got some views mostly in New York and LA. Fantastic. A lot of views coming from New York, LA, Dallas, Chicago, Houston. Look at New York. New York spiked here March 11th. All right, how old are our people here? Let's see who we're talking to. We're talking to, we got some 13 to 17-year-olds, okay. 18 to 24, got about 20% here. Okay, 25 to 34-year-olds. All right. Okay, this is our group here. I got 20%. We got some older folks, 45 to 54. Got 10% at 64 years old. 65 plus, 9%. Look at this. Look at the technology at the 65 plus year olds. This is fantastic. This is awesome. And I mean, it's just going to get more and more, because look, all these people are on here. By the time they get here, I mean, everybody's going to be on this thing. So interesting here. Very interesting. Let's see what kind of gender we have. Gender, we got a 72% male. All right, so we got a lot of male on here. 72% male, female. Let's see. Date here. So we kind of had a good day, March 24th. What's today? Today's the 25th, so this is yesterday. So we had 7,000 views yesterday. I think I had one of my, one of the shorts took off. It was a very short clip from Family Guy talking about eating meat or can't having steak. And I think I got close to 6K views on that one. So if you haven't seen that short, go ahead and check that out. Subscription status. We got some not subscribed. You haven't been subscribed, please subscribe. Let's hit 200. I'm gonna keep it up. Trying to get to 1,000. That's the goal here. First, come up with the first 1,000. Let's see, subscription source here. We got some shorts feed. We're jumping in the shorts feed there. Content type. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of stuff. We're not gonna get into all that. And again, I'm just gonna keep posting, see who comes on, who keeps watching, and I think as long as it comes across someone, and I think it's definitely gonna affect them. I think the 3 words in general are going to affect people. All right, so let's see. Let's get out of here. All right, let's go to content. Now we're going to go ahead and respond to some comments. I'm going to show you all the comments that I've responded to here. Can we move this over? All right, so you can see here, look at Garrett Hamtop. This person has 182 followers. He's talking about me, but guess what now? Garrett, I got 194 now. So my response and counting. That was 3 hours ago. Garrett, Jesus, Lord Savior. Thank you, he says. Good explanation. Or I say thank you. How do I get out of here? All right, let's see. Okay, the fear in his eye speaks so much. So this was one I talked about the cow behind me with the eye, and it was chained up. It was a dairy calf, and Sally Ann didn't like that. It is heartbreaking to watch. It sure is. Let's see, your average blue leopard. Personally, okay, this I think I responded pretty in depth with this, and I think I responded in my previous video on your average blue. But personally, said I will never become vegan. I say, please don't ever use never. Never is just a word that you should literally never use, because I think every person that has gone vegan is said never. I mean, everyone's done that before. Everyone's said that they've never done this or done that, and they end up doing it. So it's something that you need to actually start being open-minded. You need to start being open to being changed, right? Adapting and changing for the better, continuing to improve. All right, so this is what I get into. Just to be clear, I never said eating animals is wrong. And I think is it morally acceptable to kill animals for food when it's unnecessary? That's the difference. So eating animals is not necessarily wrong or right. I think you can get into situations or all these different situations and scenarios where you can go back and forth. And you said, well, if you're stranded on an island and nothing's around, and would you kill an animal and eat food? So not speaking to that, and I'm also speaking to the people that everyone has access to comment here. So speak of you. Don't bring other people into what your response is, and because they can't do it, it falls on you. So try to separate yourself, and don't look at other people and say, well, they do it, and so it's just acceptable for everybody to do it. That's not the way it works. So try to internally look at this and see if it's morally acceptable for you to kill animals or contribute to killing animals for food when it is unnecessary. And when you find out that it is not necessary, you can choose to eat plants, continue to get everything that you need from them, and feel better. You're going to know, like, why didn't I do this sooner? This is what's going to happen. This is exactly what's going to happen. Another thing, you think that you can't get certain nutrients from. The only one that's really going to be questioned is B12, and B12 originates from the soil, and it's in your gut as well. So the animals that you eat are all supplemented with the B12. It comes from the soil. It's in the dirt. So unless we want to eat dirt and the bacteria that's in the dirt, that's not, why not just supplement that? So I think everyone should be supplementing with a B12 vitamin. Everything is a lot of things are fortified with B12 already. So you don't need to do that. So B12 is the one, but there is nothing else. The animals that you all eat, that we all eat, the animals that I used to eat, all were supplemented with these vitamins. So it's not necessary to eat them. Let's see. Sucks for the cows. Sounds like you have empathy for them. Why would I have empathy for my burger? Now, I think we lose track of having empathy for the animals. We have to look at it from the animal's perspective, and I want everyone to look at it from the animal's perspective. And I think once you make that connection, this all goes away. Ooh, I don't think I responded to this. Okay, this is real time here. Let's dig into this one. Can I move this over? Watch this. I'm moving over. I'm having a hard time looking at this. And the kids are running around upstairs, and if you hear that, you definitely probably hear that. Okay, so we're gonna zoom out. Okay, and where was that? Okay, I'm almost there. Watch. Can I get it? Why is that staying there? Dang. It's not doing it. Okay, wait a second here. Watch this. Let's do Safari. Okay. All right, let's read this here. Actually, yeah, here we go. We're going to zoom in. Okay. All right, this is a little cut off. You can't really. Can I see what it is? There we go. All right, check this out. We're going to respond to this real time. Cows and other animals are not on the same level of intelligence as us, and if you think that is the worst thing ever to eat animals, you're insane, because animals have eaten other animals for years before humans have existed. So if you want to get upset about cows who get killed to make food for humans, don't, because animals do it too. It's all part of the circle of life. All right. So let's break this down. Cows and other animals are not on the same level of intelligence as us. This is true. Now we cannot say that because certain species are less and more intelligent that we get to do whatever we want to them, right? If the same rule applies for, say, humans, if we have humans that are more intelligent than others, we also have animals that are more intelligent than babies, right? Or 3-year-olds. They have more intelligence or better intelligence than developing babies. And to say that you're, say, mentally handicapped, right? Say those adults or those grown old, they still have the mental capacity or the intelligence of, say, a 3-year-old, even though age-wise they're 35 years old. So does that mean that we can do whatever we want to them? That's not applicable here. That's not relevant. So that has nothing to do with it. If you think that's the worst thing ever to eat animals, and I don't, because again, this isn't about eating the animals. Before we can eat the animals, we talk about killing the animals. So is it morally acceptable to kill the animals for food when it is not necessary? That's where, okay, I'm insane because animals have eaten other animals for years before humans have existed. Okay, those animals that ate other animals for years are carnivores. That's those animals that ate other animals. They also did so with what their God-given abilities were, and that's claws, and that's teeth, and that's a digestive system to be able to eat and consume raw flesh. The natural instinct or the ability to attack and claw and kill and then eat that animals or the other animals' flesh for their nutrients for survival. They need to do that for survival. We don't need to. Humans do not need to. In fact, if you think about, do you think that we have the instinct or it's in our abilities to go just kill animals with what we have? We don't. We don't have claws. Our teeth were not meant to rip the flesh, the skin off of these animals. That is not what we were designed to do. So this is not the same thing. Those animals that eat other animals, they do so. They don't have to cook their food. They also don't have a slaughterhouse that kills all of the animals for them. We don't do that, you see? We don't do that. And if you could tell me that you're a hunter and you do that, okay, besides the point, 99.999% of the animals that are consumed are all done so in a factory farm. So let's not get twisted, these separate instances. And again, all comes down to the animals are all individuals. So at the end of the day, we're still killing the animal. So that's what matters. That's exactly what it comes down to. So it's not the same thing. That's not what we need to be looking at. And I'm not getting upset. So if you want to get upset about cows who killed to make food for humans, don't, because animals do it as all part of the circle of life. So again, back to the circle of life, this is, if we put ourselves in the ring with a bear or a tiger or a lion with what we were actually given, or, just the tools that we were given, no guns, no weapons or anything like that, a bear would destroy us, a tiger would destroy us, a lion would kill us. They all would kill us. So this isn't a circle of life. This is just something made up that we say that we do this. But think about breeding animals into existence only to kill them, to consume them. But it's not necessary. Back to the point, it is not necessary. When you can choose to eat plants instead, why would we not want to make that option? To me, that's really what it comes down to. I'll still eat meat. He sure will. Vegetables can't provide the same nutrients as much as meat can. Uh, you know, this is just not true. 5 meals a day. I answered this before too. No, you don't have to be 3. You can eat 7 meals a day. You just eat, just calories. Calories is energy. Energy comes from food, from calories. So you consume calories, plant food, you're going to have energy. You're going to feel better. This is what happens. So talk about financial status. So if you're on this is back to using other people's financial status. If you don't have enough money to purchase, vegan food is the cheapest food. Lentils, beans, rice, vegetables, plants, fruit, they're all cheap. If you look at the meats and the dairy products and the eggs, it's going to be more expensive. So this notion, this fallacy of meat being more, meat being less expensive, or this vegan options is going to be more expensive, it's just not true. So let's not think that it's true. I have to admit, when plant-based burgers, they taste exactly like he was skeptical. Look at VMon, 657. Appreciate you, VMon. He tried the plant-based option, and he said one day it could actually take over meat. Absolutely, it absolutely can take over meat, and it will. We're going to look at this and be like, this is ridiculous. I cannot believe that we were doing this to these animals. You have to look back at it. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, new vegan teacher. So, I'll take this as a compliment. Vegan teacher, I think, has 250,000 subscribers. We're all different. I think we're all sharing the message differently. I think we're all, in our way, providing value to people that come across it, whether or not they think about it or not. I think we all do it in our own way. And I think once you understand that, I've been there. So I'm not saying anybody's wrong. So I understand it. I just think the only reason why you're not vegan yet, why you still continue to consume and eat animals, is because you haven't connected back to the animals. That's the only reason. Once you connect back to the animals, you become vegan. And it may, I think we have a different connection with certain animals over other animals. And I think once you eliminate that speciesism to say, okay, well, how come it's okay for dogs and we're okay with dogs and cats, but we don't consume them, but we do consume chickens and cows and pigs. So, you cannot do this and feel that it's the same thing. Or, what's the difference between a dog and a cat versus a cow and a pig? And so the animals, from the animals' perspective, we're all animals, we're all individuals. And so if you don't think that it's right to consume one, to kill one to eat for food, then it shouldn't be right to kill the other to consume fruit for food. So, no shit, Sherlock, it said. Not typing on that. Some people don't know this. And we often don't think about it. So this is the one where it said how steak is made by killing cattle. So I'm going to give him a thumbs up here. I wonder how bison taste. They seem to like it. They wouldn't be too bad. Probably not as good as a cow, though. So I'm asking about killing the buffalo. Do people, I understand the taste. Before we can get there, are you comfortable with killing the animal? And I think that's a good conversation, because I think 90% of you, let's say, you're not comfortable killing the animal. You absolutely would not. If given put in a room, if you were put in a room with a cow and a knife, or a lamb or a pig, you would not be the one to kill that animal. Like, you just wouldn't. You just wouldn't. Now, there are some of you that probably would. And I think that's a different conversation. I think that's something that I think that we can get into. But I think that's case by case scenario. I think a lot of that has to do with the way that you were brought up, with the traditions. And I'd argue, or I would just venture to say and guess to say, that your family and you were taught to hunt, and kill and butcher and take apart some of these animals for food and for the traditions that were given to you or that you were brought up with. But not talking about those individuals, talking about the individuals that would not kill the animal. I know I wouldn't. I think it was very, very quick. I'd never hunted, never thought about hunting. I just never got into that. My family didn't. Now, those of you that do, I think this is a different conversation. But those that hunt and would not shoot or kill an animal, yet we're consuming animals, so we're paying for other people to contribute or to kill them, to kill the animals for us, and we just purchase it and don't have to think about it, and we can just enjoy those 10-15 minutes of pleasure that we get from consuming the animals, yet we can separate ourselves from the whole process for it takes to get there. I think that's the disconnect. And once you connect to the animal, once you connect with the animals, you think about that process. Once you think about that process continuously, I think it's very, very difficult to continue to eat the flesh of that actual animal that you've already connected with. All right? So, what if a cow did say that? I said I'd ask the cow, how that cow learned that, and if it's natural for that cow. You think it's natural for the cow? I think another comment, I'm not sure where I got to, but I just brought it up, is eggs. Eggs, there was a comment there about eggs being very nutritional, a good nutritional source of protein and nutrients and macronutrients. Well, let's go back to like naturally speaking. Are humans, let's just say, supposed to? Are we supposed to consume the eggs of another species? Like, how come we don't consume the eggs of snakes or ducks? I think there are duck eggs, but other like rats and pigs. Pigs don't do eggs, but any other species that have eggs. How come we don't consume those eggs? That's kind of weird. So I don't think it was ever natural for humans to consume eggs. Now, then let's go back to chickens. What is the purpose? We'd like to get into the root cause of things. What is the purpose of the eggs, of the chicken eggs? And if you go back to if the purpose of the chicken's eggs, and not our purpose for them, not like we take the animal and say we're gonna make you do that, and we give that chicken orders and a purpose. Like if we didn't, I'm talking if the humans didn't give that animal a purpose, what is that animal's purpose by itself? Is the animal's purpose to produce chicken eggs for humans? That answer, logically speaking, would be a clear no. It would be a clear no. And for us to be naturally eating and think that it's natural for us to consume eggs, it'd be a clear no. And anything that's not natural for us to consume, it cannot be healthy. It just can't. So for us to consume eggs, it might have some health properties, right? It might have some vitamins and might be a good source of something. It may have enough of those, but the cons outweigh the pros in this specific instance. And I think when you think about all animal proteins or animals, to eat animals or their products, it is a net negative effect. Just like drinking alcohol. Alcohol is water. Sure, it can hydrate you or something, right? It has water content. But I think the net overall outcome of drinking a glass of beer or a pint of beer or a lot of beer, the net is negative. It's not positive. It's not, if you want to go positive, go straight to the source. Go straight to the water. You don't need the alcohol. All right. Let's see. This one was, I don't know if he's trolling or not, but Freed It. I said, let me understand a little bit more about you. He said, how are we going to store if they're closed down or don't have enough? His reason, his justification to continue to eat animals was money, because I can reuse bows to kill them and arrows. So I don't think this is realistic. It's not for money. That's not the reason you're consuming animals still, for money, to save financially, because you don't have to do it for survival. That's not, if you have enough money for bow and arrow, you have enough money on the internet, you have enough money to buy beans, lentils, rice, plants. So the whole the financial justification just isn't there. It never will be. I think it's just a fallacy that people think that these plant-based options are like $14, $15. In fact, the Chipotle option, we just had a Chipotle, if you go all vegetables, not even sofritas, they actually add guacamole for free, or with your option, because that's an amazing amount of protein. It's actually cheaper. So you get more protein, it's cheaper. So just in that instance, it's cheaper. So, if anything, it's comparable. Let's see. David Edge here. I love deer. Fried, grilled, boiled, and with salt and pepper. They sure are pretty also eating my garden, so I have to eat them instead of vegetables I was growing. So I asked David if he kills them too. He didn't respond. Look at this. Feline Terry. He said my page is like the Misfit Toys. I don't know what that means, so I asked him. He didn't get back. All right. So he said it's just not true. I think this was, let's see. Eating meat will not make you tired. Oh, this is when I said eating meat will make you tired and lethargic. What do you mean eating meat would not make you tired and lethargic? I guarantee you every time I see people eat meat, eat sandwiches, and that's what they do. They eat this stuff. They get back and they get tired and they get lethargic and they get sleepy. I can tell you that you eat plants, it's just an insane amount of energy. You don't have any of that lethargicism, if that's a word. You don't get sleepy. You don't get tired. Like, I got so much energy. So it is true. I mean, sure, processed food does that too, but animals do that. Dairy, it does not make you feel good. You do not feel good after you consume animals at lunch, at dinner, for breakfast. Think about this. You're inflaming your body 3 times. We talk about building habits. You're continuing to eat animals, inflame your body. You're just going to get worse and worse. I put it like this. Every time that you eat animals, or let's just talk about dairy, you inflame your body. It starts to swell up. Okay? And if you do that every single day or 3 times a day, you'll never have time to heal itself. So imagine if you get punched in the face and you ice it and you let it rest. It heals. It heals. It recovers. But what happens if you continue to punch yourself in the face or get hit in the face? It's not going to be allowed to heal. It's not going to have time to heal. It's going to continue to get worse. This is what happens when you're consuming meat and dairy and eggs. I mean, look at the diseases it's causing over time. So what's happening? This is what's happening. Jesus, Lord and Savior. That's pretty interesting and heartbreaking. It sure is. It sure is. Sally Ann. I like Sally Ann. Sally Ann's been commenting a lot. I appreciate you, Sally Ann. People love their pets and treat them like the family. It's true. It's absolutely true. You know, what is the difference between dogs and cats and pigs and cows and chickens? You know, it's just, you have to start connecting. These animals are the same. These animals, we share similarities between these animals. Once you connect that, like, I can't contribute to this anymore. Why would I want to? Oh, no, I don't want to. So let me do what I can not to. Let me do what I can not to. Okay, this is tofu scramble, or tofu in general. I didn't know what tofu was, but it does make a lovely scrambled eggs. I mean, it really does. And you saw me, I posted a video on how to do that. Ava's taught me how to do that, and it's phenomenal. And there's so many good spices and herbs that you put in there. It's fantastic. Damn, this steak is juicy right now. When I respond to a lot of these people, bro, the vegan activist is trying its best in the comments. This is where I went deep in the comments, and I really responded to everyone. And I'm not you say a vegan activist. I'm an animal rights activist. And how am I doing? He didn't respond, but I thought I did pretty good in that post, responding to everyone. And by the way, I haven't missed a response yet. No, cleaning the scissors doesn't take more time. You say, what's properly cleaning? Here's the thing. Check this out. Oh, wifey's calling. We're gonna have to end this. Hey, sweetie.
Hey, I'm almost on. I mean, I'm not, but I got like 30 minutes left of the drive.
Nice. How'd it go?
Good. I mean, it ended up being just a small sale, but I still made it.
Boom. See? Got a sale.
So,
Got a sale. Nice.
it was small though. I'm like, what the hell? But they did tell me that I was higher than the other quote that they got.
Hey, we'll see you on the next episode.